Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us at Contento Now TV studio. We have the privilege of hosting creators with unique work and getting a behind-the-scenes look at how they came into the spotlight. We're here in a series of conversations with Samuel Zohar Yanai. Hello, Samuel.
Hello.
And this time we're joined by Abaye Gubin. Hello, Abaye.
Hello.
Okay, Samuel. To begin with, when you remove spells from people, how does someone actually know to reach out to you specifically in order to get help? What should they be feeling? We're going to hear an amazing story. When does a person know they should say, hey, Samuel can help me, change my life, remove a spell? What should he be feeling?
The moment he feels that things are inexplicably happening to him, or even that are beyond nature, that don't make sense in a rational way, and this applies to all aspects. There are also sensations that happen to people in their sleep, like sudden jerks, panic, fears, all kinds of strange things that are hard to treat with conventional medicine. At that same time, when those sensations occur, it's worth checking to see if perhaps some kind of magical act was done toward the person.
Tell me, Abai, what happened to you in life is completely extraordinary. Absolutely. How can we put this gently? Not part of a normal routine. Take me back to that moment, Abai.
It was one early morning on a Sunday when it all began.
Sunday morning?
Yes, I woke up in the morning. I prepared myself thoroughly to go out, like to work or something. At that time, I was living in Eilat and it was kind of a routine. Over the weekend, I did visit my parents, like just for a visit.
Do you vividly and clearly remember the very last second, the one that came just before the accident took place?
Wow. I remember the driver said, "Oh God." And then suddenly I hear this really loud crash. And I was thrown forward and backward. I just ended up lying under the seats. And then,
That's when everything started?
Yes, I didn't even feel that. My arm flew out of its place.
You didn't feel your arm fly out of place?
No. Minutes later, I just started checking every single limb to see if I was hurt or something. Like, I started figuring out through my head, like in my thoughts, what's out there, what happened, like, how did we end up in this situation? Like, it was a clear day.
What did you feel at that moment? Can you take us into your heart, so to speak? Into the feeling you had at that moment?
Well, let me describe it. I was really, like, I couldn't believe that this could happen to me. And also I fell into really, like, I started crying. Why is this happening to me? Like, I felt like I was the only one who got hurt, and that's what, even though a few others were injured there too, and a few were killed on the spot.
And we're sitting here in the studio, and this was one of the most horrific road accidents in memory, with a lot of media coverage that followed in the newspapers, and we'll take a look at some of the press that was published the day after. Do you remember, perhaps, when you suddenly realized that you had lost your arm, and it was a significant turning point in your life?
Already when I started checking myself, like carefully examining all my limbs, I just left the right hand without really checking it thoroughly at first, like not paying much attention initially. Then later on, when I started examining everything meticulously again, step by step, I got back around eventually towards looking specifically at this particular right hand area once more. Looked for any signs there, but found nothing present. It feels like searching for sensations, like maybe expecting something. Only then, when I looked again carefully, I noticed that below the shoulder, there was nothing there. No hand, no arm, nothing at all. And that was when I realized, oh my gosh, that's it. I didn't have it anymore. Like, even if they somehow attached a hand, it would never be exactly the same. Like, it would never really be that same hand.
And the hand you have today, which at first glance looks like your own, is actually a prosthetic?
Yes.
Is it perhaps connected to your body in some way, or possibly...
No, it's not connected to the body. You just put it on like a shirt and go.
Starting from your elbow, your shoulder.
Yes.
When did you realize that there was something more going on here and that Samuel was someone who could help you? Could you tell us about that?
2 or 3 years later, the same things kept happening. Everything kept repeating itself again.
And what happened?
I was driving on Route 40, and once again, someone crashed into me.
Again?
Yes, I said, what's going on here? What's wrong with me? Even on the way back, there was another unexpected accident. It's like something keeps chasing me. Some unforeseen force, always right behind me, like,
And then you called Samuel, when you realized you were going through the same story again and again.
Yeah, I started looking online for some kind of help. Somebody who could help.
And what did you search for online? What was the word you searched for? That suddenly Samuel appeared, helped you, and turned your life around. Because your smile now, there's no mistaking it.
Honestly, I searched all kinds of words, but I typed a word that was like negative energy.
Negative energy.
Then suddenly all these people popped up, and I even started calling different individuals. Mediums from Eilat and Tiberias. I believe so, I think.
What did Samuel do? Where did he turn your life around? And you're in the middle of the process, and there's still, I assume, pain, but already in the middle of the process. When you walk in here into the studio, your smile is unmistakable.
Yes.
It's clear that something good is already happening. So what did he change?
What did he change? I think, he didn't change me physically, but he changed something perhaps something spiritual, in the soul, in a way that is deeply felt, almost like a transformation, a metamorphosis, a rebirth.
Can you explain to me what you feel is different today? What did he change? What in the soul, what in the spirit, what in the hidden?
After the accident, I went into this state, and a few months later I realized, with the other accidents happening to me, that I was falling into depression. Of course, it felt like everything was chasing me in a way, completely. I thought, there's something here. It made sense that I reached out to Samuel, and that he said he does dozens of all these things he does. Like everything. Already in the first month, I felt a change, a kind of will to live, like something, energy. He gave me good energy, sort of. More like I felt a kind of emotional joy. Happiness now, it's like I'm saying, he didn't do something to me physically or change me somehow, But from here I really thank him, truly. I'm very thankful to him.
That's so great to hear. Samuel, can you explain how, you removed what needed to be removed? Or are you still working on it? Is it a process? Can you give us a little glimpse behind the scenes into the treatment room, the consultations, the guidance, your spell removals? What did you do? What's going on?
The first thing, he experienced something similar to an electric shock, a physical blow. Physical, energetic, just like electricity, in fact. In that moment, panic set in, fear, all the lowest kinds of emotions. Of course, when a person suddenly comes to the realization, wow, I'm disabled, then the psychology kicks in too, along with all the other elements. The first action is, first of all, to remove from him this negative energetic entry that simply compressed him into that point. That's the first thing. On the other hand, in the same breath, I recommended vitamins, nutrition, and a certain lifestyle.
And this process that you build for each of your clients, your patients in particular, was there someone on the other side who cast something that caused harm? Or was it more like a particularly extreme coincidence that just tell us?
Okay, let me explain. Okay. What I sensed in him was a negative, somewhat troubling energetic buildup, but not enough to call it a curse or something done with malice. From the time of the accident, the negative state he reached and kept reaching just continued to grow over time in his life. Because it's like your house is clean, and you clean it once a week. If you suddenly stop and only clean once a month, the dirt starts to pile up. Even if the house is closed, there's still dust. The same negative pattern intensified, and then he had another accident. You need to make some kind of cut, an energetic break, to stop this trend.
Can you share how you apply this energetic break, what you do, how it happens? Do you need to be in the room? Is it done by email? Is it over the phone? Do you? How?
I'm at home between 2 and 4 in the morning. I disconnect all the electricity, perform a magical energetic act. My entire consciousness is focused on him. I work with Hillel from the Kabbalah and the Zohar, with materials, the 4 Al elements, a combination of all that, and all my energy is directed solely at his karma. It's just me. Sometimes I even ask patients for permission to enter their dreams and treat them there, to be present. In their case, it happened. But we're talking about a human with a multi-physical origin.
Any final words you'd like to share with Samuel?
Nah. Just appreciation for what he did. Everything. He changed my life. From here, I'm just his model. From here, the sky's the limit.
Wonderful to hear. Truly heartwarming. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Samuel, Zohar, Yanai. If you feel exactly as was said, that there's some bad energy, something strange happening in your life, and you don't understand what's going on, just go in, click, ask, pick up the phone. There's nothing better than seeing with your own eyes. Thank you very much for joining us here at the Contento Now TV studio.